How's it going, everybody? I'm going to divide some dahlia tubers today. So I got the camera in my mouth. Here you can see I'm just cutting off the tubers with the broken necks because you definitely don't need to save any that have a broken neck. Here I'm cutting off the mother to make some space so that I can get into the clump and cut the individual tubers off. The mother is kind of hit or miss. You may get some growth next year, but it's really not that important to save. I would focus on the new ones. So I'm just going to toss the mother away. Grabbing the next clump. Now we're chopping off the ones with the broken necks. I kind of start with that because it's the easiest to just trim it down, and then you have a little more access there. I'm just assessing if that neck's broken. Looks like it is, so I'm going to chuck it. So you're not going to get every single one. They're not all going to be viable tubers unless you're absolutely perfect in digging them out. But even still, I don't think you're going to get them all. You could probably be a little more careful than me. I don't know. I would just go with trying to have a little bit looser soil. But by the end of the year, it's going to be so packed. You're going to need to probably just break a few necks. It's just kind of how it goes. So here I'm trying to be careful and get as many as I can. You need to have a crown on the top. So you see how there's the tuber, which is like the body, the thick potatoey part, and then there's the neck that goes up to where it joins the clump, and then the clump has these little crowns all over it. And if you look closely, it's hard to see in this video, but if you look closely, you can see. So there, I'm just assessing the neck quality, but you can see I'm keeping like a little nugget on the end of every neck. That nugget's called the crown, and it's pretty hard, and that's where your eye is going to be. And I'm seeing eyes while I'm doing this. I've been doing it for days, so I'm getting pretty fast at it. So I'm just flying through, but I'm seeing eyes on this. So each one of the ones that I'm cutting off pretty much has an eye, and when I count, I get the exact number, and then when I do my inventory, if I'm going to sell, say I've got 300 floral, and I'm going to plant 60 for myself, so I've got 240 floral. I'll say, okay, I've got 200 available. That way there's 40 kind of in a buffer, so I might have 40 more, but if 40, for whatever reason, go bad in storage or whatever, which is very unlikely, then I'm not overselling what I can deliver. And it just helps mitigate that. And then when you pull them out of storage in, say, end of March, you can kind of go through them all and make sure, okay, my numbers are good. Everything's got viable eyes. It's all waking up. And then you can change your inventory back up to like 230, 240. So yeah, I'm just plowing through these. I got a whole big pile. I got so many more to go, so I'm just going as fast as I can. The worst part about this was having the camera in my mouth for 13 minutes straight. We're only 3.5 minutes into this. And so you can see I'm going to cut off all of the broken necks. And as I cut the broken necks off, I'm just throwing them over into a pile of discarded crap tubers. Here I'm just picking off the very best parts of each clump. Oh, I might have wrecked that one. Let's see if I take a closer look at that one that I cut right there. Oh, no, must have been good. So I'm just making my way through this pile here. It's, oh, look at this clump. So it's like, oh, where do I start? You just gotta start. Cut up, okay, all broken necks, 3 broken necks. Boom, now I have an entry point. Makes it so much easier. I'm just flipping them over, looking for any loose necks. Boom, broken. It's sad how many are broken, eh? It's like, if all those were good, that's just so much more product. There's a nice piece. Gonna cut that down. But first I'm gonna get that one. And then look at that one. That one's super easy. Get rid of that chunk. Boom, broken neck. See you later. Maybe that might work. It's a pretty little tuber, but we'll see. Cut that into 2, makes it a little bit easier to cut it down. And then you just find your way in there. Make a clean cut. They almost, like when you cut at this time of year, they almost like peel apart. They're so nice and juicy. It's like, they're like pretty wet. Sometimes you even cut and they like squirt, like they spray, because they're really nice and plump when you just first dig them out. And I love washing them first because then you're just not dealing with nearly as much dirt in this moment. And your tools are going to stay sharp. You're going to be able to just plow through it. Your hands are pretty much clean. You're not handling soil and dirt's not getting everywhere. You're not getting dust in your throat. But that's just my preference. Some people don't even wash. Some people just put them straight away with dirt on them and then blow them off or whatever and pick them apart later. But this is what I'm doing because this way I can get a good count on my inventory. And I want to know exactly how many I have, putting them in storage so that I know how many I can sell and run a pre-sale early, like in February, something like that, and not have to do all the dividing when I'm at that stage. I can just literally go up to my bins that are all labeled accordingly, like, one will be floral, one will be urchin, one will be this, one will be that. And then you can just say, this order is 2 floral, 1 urchin, 3, boom, boom. And so you just walk to each bin, boom, 2 of that, boom, 2 of that, boom, 2 of that. And you label them as you pack them. And it just makes the packing process go a lot smoother because it's already done. You're not like dividing all your tubers for like a week and then you have to pack everyone's orders for like a week. You're just going to be like, oh, why didn't I do this in the fall? And right now, I'm fortunate. I have quite a bit of time to do this kind of stuff because, I'm a filmmaker and I don't have a ton of jobs that I'm doing. I'll just have like a contract with like, oh, you have 10 edits to do over the next month, that kind of thing. So I have lots of time on my hands right now to do the dahlia dividing and stuff while I'm not busy. And because sometimes it's not like that. Sometimes I'm just like doing shoots every couple of days and then keeping up with edits and go. So right now it's a nice time for me to just be able to get this out of the way so that if in the spring when I'm selling them and I'm busy with the work, I can just, I don't have to stress out over this part. It's done. And I find they're a little bit easier to cut up at this stage because they haven't like cured all the way. They're not like, they get really hard. I find like, well, not so hard, but a lot harder when they're bone dry, where here they're like still kind of wet. So there I'm just cutting away the mother tuber just to get started so that I have an easier kind of grip on the whole thing. So boom, I've got 3 there. I'm going to break this 3 into 3. So see, I'm finding the eye, boom. Finding the eye again on each of these. Looks like there's 2 eyes. So I'm just going to try to get my blade right in between them without squishing them too much. And then those will grow me new dahlias. It's pretty amazing. If you plant a huge clump, you're not going to get as much tuber growth. I don't think. I think you're way better off planting singular tubers because if you plant a huge tuber, like a 1 foot long by like 3 inch thick tuber, just a monster. I think it's going to have so much energy on its own. It's going to be packing so much heat in that tuber that it's not going to require new growth to make a huge, amazing plant. It's going to be strong enough that it can do it on its own. Where if you have a little tuber, it's going to say, oh, I could really use reinforcements, and it's going to grow its own reinforcements and it's going to pack on a whole bunch of other tubers as like it's ammunition to really push through the growing season and push out buds. I'm pretty sure like that's not science, but that's what I believe. Oh man. So, at this point I've been cutting tubers for 3 days. Basically what I did this season is I dug up row by row, and as I dug up each row, I washed off the tubers. I washed off all the tubers from the row that I just dug, and I would put those out to dry. I would trim them all down, like I would trim off all the roots, all the crap, and then I would put them on a tarp to just dry. And then I would go dig up the next row, et cetera, et cetera. I did this for 12 rows. It took me like 4 days with that way of doing it. But then when I was done digging, everything was already dry and it was put in bins and it was in this stage for me. So then I can just sit in my garage now, which I at this point had been doing for 3 days, and just chop, 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 chop. 3 days? No, maybe 2 days. But anyway, it's a lot. And so all of the chopping is done now at this point of recording this audio, because this was yesterday. And so all of the chopping's done now. I just have to go and count them all. And so when I'm counting them, I'm packing them away into big totes with peat moss, and I'm kind of like doing 1 layer peat moss, 1 layer tubers, 1 layer peat moss, 1 layer tubers, making a lasagna out of the tubers and the peat moss, and making sure I'm counting them, writing it down, and labeling them, and writing it on the label how many I have. So I have a bit of redundancy, and I've got the numbers in two places. So I think I'm pretty set. So now today, I have 11 big totes left to count. I'm excited because I get to finally know how many tubers that I have, which is exciting. So here I'm cutting off the fat, trimming the fat, cutting off the swag, you would say. There's the mother. I'm gnawing on it. It's, the moms are pretty much, the mommies, they're pretty much usually crusty and hard and half rotten in the inside. And if they do make it, they're going to grow some weak ass plant. So I don't know. Sometimes you save them, but usually in the spring when I'm looking at all the plump, nice, happy tubers with nice glowing eyes, I see the other ones and I'm like, ooh, these mothers can go. Anyway, look, I'm just finishing. These are my last ones for this variety. I was so happy. These might have even been my last tubers. Boom, done. See ya.